Hello and welcome back to VPC in 2024. We are now in round 3 for race 5 of the season here in Imola, and we are starting with qualifying 1 for this round, as we now see the first cars going on the first flying lap on the track. I think that was Adrian Simon, as I can see on the first one, and yeah, it will be very interesting to see who will be fastest here, because if you get a good position from qualifying, you will very likely to win this race, because overtaking is very hard here at Imola. So yeah, will be quite interesting to see that who is performing well in this qualifying session. 20 minutes of qualifying, so a lot of time to improve, and we can see Ray Sharma here going for his first flying lap. So now only the straight from the start-finish line left for Ray Sharma, the Indian driver for Kately Racing, finishing his first flying lap of the session. And of course he's the first one to set the time, so all sectors are purple. It's going to be a 1 minute 49.858, and I think that will be broken by Adrian Simon now. Yes, by about 2/10. So Adrian Simon, the Frenchman for his own team, currently on pole position. Sandro Werner goes slower, Campos goes slower, Hansen goes slower. Here's Dmitry Kovalenko, teammate of Ray Sharma. I think he's going to be very slow compared to his teammate. Now all are setting their lap times. Right behind him is Seifert jacket. Dmitry Kovalenko currently on P10. Let's wait for a few seconds until everyone is over the finish line. Now Stefan Kleen goes fastest with him a 1 minute 49.6, only 23 thousandths faster than Adrian Simon. Is anyone gonna beat that lap time? Also Luke Stokey, again very good qualifying lap from him. Last round he was very competitive with his own OSM car, as we now can see Ethan Knight, the only Aqua Sports Car team driver who scored points in every race compared to his two teammates Dankovic and Sanke Moon. He is a bit carrying the team around the circuits. So yeah, he's gonna be the important factor for this championship for the Albanian outfit. What is Ethan Knight gonna do? Is he close to the top 5? Is he close to the top 10? Looks at the moment like a top 10 finish for his first lap. It's gonna be a 49, I think. Yeah, 49.7, and that's actually P3. So very good lap from Ethan Knight to set in the top 3. There's now James Thompson. Purple first sector, green second sector. What's his last sector gonna be? It's very important for him to get out of the 2 left corners in a good position to get the maximum speed for his start-finish lap, start-finish straight. He has a little bit of traffic in front of him, so that could be a problem. But I think that is Dmitry Kovalenko is going to the pits, and this is James Thompson now, right to the start-finish line. Will be close to the top 5, I think. Over the line, and it's a 49.7, so P5. But what I can see now is Karl Beckenbauer for GameTech going fastest in front of Kleen and Simon. So Ethan Knight dropped down, and now the time from the German is the time to beat. Target time is a 1 minute 49.598. That's Tumo Kinnaman, currently the leader of the VPC season. So he has, I think, close to 100 points, 99 should be his points. So I think this one is very important for him, because this is a track where you cannot overtake as easily. So you have to be careful what you're gonna do in qualifying. But Kinnaman goes only 3rd fastest with about a 10th behind Douglas Bacon now. Douglas Bacon. What a lap time. 1 minute 49.5 out of nowhere. The American 42-year-old driver sets the fastest lap. in front of Beckenbauer and Kinneman, so very old, top 3, but Douglas Bacon out of nowhere sets his first lap time. And that's a quite impressive one. I don't think I've seen anyone doing this good of a first sector as Douglas Bacon did. Maybe he got some slipstream, I don't know, but that will be a lap time to beat for all of them. All other 29 drivers will have a hard time beating this. We can see now Ray Sharma going for his second lap. I think that's a warm-up lap for his second lap in a row where he will definitely improve. So this one is a 49.9, green in the last sector, but this is Dominic Hansen with a good improvement on the second sector, I think on the third sector too. This could be a top 15. Yeah, it is P15 with a 150.0. Good performance by the Phoenix driver. I think he has impressed Alex Easton quite a lot. One that hasn't impressed so far, we can see him now, Gianni Ledesma for Vipera Corsa. The Italian outfit struggles a lot, I think, especially for the Istanbul races where Gianni Ledesma had very misfortune in the race and got involved in quite a few incidents. And Luca Lombardi cannot get up to speed with his GT car, so I think they will have to find a way for the next round or maybe even this round to improve their performances. Right now, Gianni Ledesma on 2 green sectors for his second lap currently sits in P16, got moved 1 position down from Dominic Hansen just a few seconds ago. Now to the start finish line, this is a big improvement by Gianni Ledesma. Over the finish line, it's a 1 minute 49.8, and that gives him P13. He's only 4 tenths down, but it's 12 places. This is how close the series is, especially on short circuits like this. Here's Stefan Kleen. Only 2 corners left, currently sits in P4 for Tenok Racing. Maybe this is now his round to show what he got from FV last year, the experience. He's not that old, but still has the experience of an FV driver, so he could impress us this and all the other rounds. Same as Gianni Ledesma, he got very unlucky with his incidents. But this one is not an improvement, still P4. We will stay at Stefan Kleen's car, currently setting 2 purple sectors. First sector purple, second sector purple. Douglas Bacon is still on pole position, so very interesting P3 at the moment. 2 drivers that I haven't expected in the top 3, and then 2 more Kinneman. Stefan Kleen has only 2 more corners left until he could maybe snatch the pole position from Douglas Bacon. What is the Austrian driver for the Malaysian team gonna do? Is he able to get pole position? Now only a few meters left until he crosses the finish line. What's the time gonna be? It is not pole position, it's only P3. The last sector doesn't seem to he got the last 2 corners right. Not even a personal improvement. But now we got 2 McKinnon for Team Dynaco in the iconic blue car, blue 43. Maybe setting now the pole position lap time. Again, 2 purple sectors. But now got traffic from a Vipera Corsa car, so this could be the game changer for maybe Bacon and Beckenbauer to hold their positions. He got now a bit of slipstream from the Vipera Corsa car, but I think he got hauled up too much in the last 2 corners. Important is now the last sector lap time is not pole position, it's only P2, 36 thousandths of a second slower than Douglas Bacon. Still, the McNair Automotive's car in P1. I think we didn't have that situation for the whole season, and I think if he's lucky, he will get pole position. So qualifying is over and we have a new pole position setter with Douglas Bacon in P1 setting the first pole position of his VPC career. In position 2 we have Luke Stokey 300ths of a second slower than Douglas Bacon, Stefan Klein in P3, Tumo Kinnaman P4 for Team Dynaco, Errol Wagner right behind him. Then we have Karl Beckenbauer in the game tag, Adrian Simon, Spencer James in top 8, again the only Porsche Motorsport car in the top 15. Then we have Ethan Knight in P9 and James Thompson for Phoenix, once again in the P10 position. Then we have Ray Sharma for Kately Racing, a bit of disappointing after his uprise from the last round. After that we have John Madsen in P12, Chase Newfield in P13 for Tenok Racing, Theo Sorensen, the second Team Dynaco car in P14, Janet Desma P15, Sami Yilmaz in P16, Dominic Hansen 17th, then Pablo Del Fuego, Nikolai Milkovic and Yves Jacket in P20. Then we have Diego Campos in P21, Kirk Lazarus good qualifying, P22 for him, Jake Oakley right behind him in P23, 6/10 of a second slower than P1, so very close qualifying. Heikki Veskila P24, Henry Ludwig, second Porsche Motorsport car. Then we have Luca Lombardi, Milan Stankovic, Dmitry Kovalenko, Rosendo Werner, and Sang Kim Moon, nearly a second behind Douglas Bacon. So that's it for the qualifying session, and we will see us in a few seconds for round 3, race 5 of the VPC 2024 season here in Imola. We are only a few seconds away from the race start of race 1 in round 3 for the VPC 2024 season, round 5 of 16 for the complete season calendar. This is Luke Stokey in P2, looking for the first position of Douglas Bacon, Stefan Klein in third position. After that we have Tumo Kinnaman in P4, Errol Wagner P5, and now we have only 7 seconds left for the race start. Karl Beckenbauer 7th position, Adrian Simon, and we are racing here at Imola. Poor start from Luke Stokey, excellent start from Tumo Kinnaman and Douglas Bacon. The run for this first corner is very short. I think Klein passed Stokey already. Klein in P2, Stokey has he a way to find a round? No, he's not. Tumo Kinnaman looking for a gap. There's Errol Wagner pushed wide. Ray Sharma nearly losing it in the lap on the back. I think he lost a few positions. Chase Newfield gained 2 positions. Now in 11th place. Ray Sharma swapped with Newfield places. He is now only 13th. Great move from Ray Sharma to hold his car on the track. There's John Desma and Pablo Del Fuego fighting for 15th place. Pablo Del Fuego looking for a move around the outside. There's John Madsen being pushed wide by Ray Sharma, but I think Ray Sharma got the position back. There's Dominic Hansen having a look for Pablo Del Fuego, but he's not able to do a move. Maybe for the next corner. Just on the front, it's still Bacon. Clean move, swap positions with Luke Stokey, Kinnaman in 4th place, Errol Wagner, Karl Beckenbauer, Adrian Simon, Spencer James, Ethan Knight, and James Thompson completing the top 10 positions. Then we saw Chase Newfield and Ray Sharma, 11th and 12th place, John Madsen, 13th place, Theo Sorensen and Desma P15. There we have Douglas Bacon. Right now, this would be his first win of his racing career at the age of 42. Douglas Bacon in a very unexpected position for the first race here at Imola, fighting for the win in the first 40 minutes race. This is the battle for first place. Douglas Bacon, Stefan Klein, Luke Stokey and Tumo Kinnaman. Then we have Errol Wagner behind him, and there's already a small gap between Spencer James and Ethan Knight. This could be an 8-way battle for the lead. Stefan Klein already chasing Douglas Bacon to the start-finish line. First lap of the 40 minutes race done. There we have Nikolai Milkovic and it's Sami Yilmaz in P20 and P19 for the Catling driver. And yeah, as we can see already, with only now 3 minutes into the race, I think Milkovic has a problem with getting past the Catling driver, and that's the characteristic of this track, especially when you're a heavy GT car. It's very hard to get past any of the cars. Right now we can see Diego Campos, the best gainer of the start, with together with Dimitri Kovalenko. All two of them gained 3 places at the start. Now back to Stefan Klein on front, still chasing Douglas Bacon. I think the problem is the top speed or the slipstream. The drag effect is not that heavy on this car, especially not on this track, as we don't have any long straights. For example, a very different track compared to Silverstone from the first round or to Istanbul Park in the second round. And yeah, I think the main achievement is try not to make mistakes in this race. If you have an error in one of the corners, you will lose the position, and then it's very hard to gain them back. As we saw only in the start procedure, Ray Sharma gaining a place on John Madsen on the inside of this corner. But yeah, will be quite interesting to see if Douglas Bacon can hold his position right to the end of this race. He has now 35 minutes left to hold his position to maybe race for his first ever win of his racing career. So we are now close to the 30 minutes and 30 seconds mark, as we have almost 10 minutes done in this race, and Douglas Bacon is still leading in front of Stefan Klein and Luke Stokey. Stefan Klein and Bacon having a small gap to the group of Luke Stokey, Kinnaman, Wagner, Beckenbauer, Simon and James. Then there's almost 2 seconds to Ethan Knight and James Thompson in the top 10. Right now we have Dmytro Kovalenko in P23, almost pushing Jake Oakley through the corners. So the Phoenix driver and Dmytro Kovalenko struggling from round 1 to now. So I think they have to find a way to get back up to speed, or to get up to speed to their pace of the teammates, because Kovalenko, I think, expected a lot more from his abilities, and especially from the car that is, I think, way more easily to drive than an FV car. So yeah, but as you can see now from the 10 minutes we've raced, overtaking is difficult on this track, especially with the Porsche GT cars. The only overtake in the top 10, as we can see now, is Stefan Klein and Luke Stokey swap positions, and I think in a few seconds it's the perfect time to have a look on the race starts from some of the top 10 and top 15 drivers. Douglas Bacon now, first 10 minutes survived in P1, maybe he can do this the rest half an hour that we have, and then he will drive towards his first victory of his racing career. We will stay now for the last lap of this race. 1 minute and 15 seconds left. So the next crossover the finish line is the finish. Douglas Bacon survived 39 minutes in the lead. Now you have only 1 minute left until his first victory in VPC and his first victory in his racing career, closely followed by Stefan Kleen in the Tenok racing car. That will be his first podium for this season in VPC and in GT cars for him. Thus he has an opportunity for an overtake to get past the American 42-year-old in the American McNair Automotive team. Now following him very close through the corners up towards sector 2, but I think this is very hard to do so, especially on this part of the track. Luke Stokely is still on P3 and Timo Königman outside of the top 3 in position 4. Behind him is Wagner, Beckenbauer and Simon. So this is the second sector done. Thus Stefan Kleen in the last sector has a chance to get past Douglas Bacon. I think he doesn't. This is the run for the last 2 corners of this race. Douglas Bacon still in first position. He does need a good exit out of these 2 corners for the start finish straight. Good exit from here, and then I think it's his first race victory. Douglas Bacon, Stefan Kleen is very close, but the slipstream is not as good as everyone thought in these cars. Douglas Bacon a few hundred meters away from start finish line. Douglas Bacon is a race winner in BPC in 2024, and this is his first career victory for the 42-year-old American. Excellent performance by Douglas Bacon and McNair Automotive. Stefan Kleen comes home in second place. First podium of the season for him. Luke Stokely, excellent form again. 4th consecutive podium in the first race in Imola. Timo Königman comes home in 4th place. Errol Wagner 5th, 6th, Beckenbauer, Adrian Simon 7th place, James 8th, Ethan Knight 9th place, and James Thompson completing the top 10 positions. What an excellent performance by the American, by the Austrian, and by Luke Stokely. Yeah, this race, to be honest, wasn't that great to watch. Not many overtakes, not many attacks from the drivers, but consistency is key, and that is what Douglas Bacon showed us today. His experience and his comeback for professional racing is a success, what we can see now. A lot of points in the first race, now his first race win. Excellent performance by Douglas Bacon. So, here we have now the complete results for the first race here from Imola. Douglas Bacon, first race victory in VPC, first race victory in his career. On position 1, Stefan Kleen, first podium of the season. Luke Stokely completes his 4th consecutive podium in P3. Timo Königman 4th, behind him Elver Wagner, Carl Beckenbauer, Adrian Simon, Spencer James, Ethan Knight is on P9, good performance for Aqua Sports Car team. And on P10 we have James Thompson for Phoenix, once again the only Phoenix car in the top 10 positions. Then Stefan Kleen's teammate Chase Newfield for Tenok Racing, P11, good performance by the team. Ray Sharma in P12, John Madsen P13, the second Team Dynaco car of Theo Sørensen in 14th place, General Ledesma 15th place, once again at points finish, Pablo Del Fuego, Dominic Hansen in 17th, Diego Campos 18th place, Sami Yilmaz P19, and Nikolai Milkovic completing the top 20 positions. Then we have Yves Jacquet close to the points position for his first points of the season, failed to do so. Jake Oakley P22, Dmitry Kovalenko, disappointing race for him, P23, Heikki Veskiller, Kirk Letzeris, Henry Ludwig P26, Luke Lombardi once again disappointing for the Italian, Rosendo Werner P28, and then both Aqua Sports Car team drivers of Sanke Moon in front of Milan Stankovic. So, an exciting race ends here from Imola race 5. We will see us tomorrow for race 6 in Imola, round 3 of the VPC 2024 season.